The Frida's Cleaning Service is a small family-owned business established in 2003. With over 17 years of professional, high-quality, and greatly satisfied service, the Frida's Cleaning Service will get the job done. Specializing in sanitizing your home, business, post-construction, and commercial cleaning, no job's too big or small. See for yourself and give us a call, 567-249-9172. La Frida's Cleaning Service. Our reputation is always spotless. Join me every Tuesday for fun and games and play for cash. That's right. Sylvia Mid, the fun word guessing game is back and you can come aboard and play. It's simple. Just email us your name and contact information and you are in there, baby. Yeah.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live, it's time for the silky smooth sounds of Smooth Tim and Her Majesty herself, Queen Silvy.
Hey, it is Smooth Tim, and thank you for dropping in with us and spending your Thursday evening on another Now You Know show. It is now my extreme privilege, my honor, to bring to you the world's sexiest granny, everybody's favorite comedian, Queen Silvy.
Extreme pleasure. Why, thank you very much.
Yes.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are in this great world today. Yes, you are so in for it. I hope you know. If you don't know, you're going to find out that you are in for some super greatness today. Honored that you are here joining us on this terrific Thursday. Smooth, how are you today?
I'm terrific on this Thursday, Queen Silvy, and give me that look. How are you doing?
As always, boo, you know, I'm supercalifragilistic.
Expialidocious, I suppose, is 24/7, 365. Quit flash me them browns. Okay. I just lost track of everything I was doing.
And the show is over.
Hypnotized. Darn you.
I know.
You are simply
amazing.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. You're amazing.
I had to slip that in,
It's okay.
Okay, thank you.
See, he did forget where he was at. He was
anyhow, you haven't asked me about announcements. You just asked me how I was doing, and I asked you how you were doing. You told me supercalifragilistic. I said expialidocious, I suppose. It's 24/7, 365, and I told you you were amazing. And now comes the part.
Well, listen. I am honored that you are here on this terrific Thursday, the Now You Know show. Hey, besides being here, getting super greatness, you're getting it from some amazing kings and queens from all over the world, bringing some inspirational, motivational, and even funny segments just for you. Before we do, Smooth, you do have some announcements.
Yes, ma'am, I have some announcements. I love you. That's one of my announcements. Anyhow, our hearts and prayers are going out to the world, obviously still over in Ukraine. We've been saying that for a long time. I wish that would just finish.
Right.
Get that fixed up. And also we've had a couple of, incidences here with the shootings and train derailments and things like this and that. We got a major snowstorm coming.
Bring it.
Snowstorm.
Yeah.
Coming up tonight.
Bring it.
And going over into the East Coast. So please, everybody take care, because that's going to be a little bit on the nasty side, I understand. Right. Also, if you would, look at the top of the screen scrolling. You're going to see ways to get hold of Queen Silvy and myself. If you would, please go to www.thequeensylvyshow.com and go ahead and go over to the contact tab, scroll on down, drop us in your email so we can keep in touch with you.
That's right.
Also, because you are worth it, Foxy 5 Jewelry, sassy, elegant, and affordable, fashionable jewelry and accessories for you and or that someone special. So go ahead and get a hold of Monica Wright on Facebook or visit her website at www.foxy5jewelry.com. And another way to keep up with Queen Silvy and myself is to go to our YouTube channel. Simply at YouTube, in the search engine, type in The Queen Silvy Show, and you'll get back all of our shows. And while you're there, we would love you to please subscribe. Let's see, analytics.
Hey.
How about this? The United States, the United Kingdom, St. Vincent, St. Kitts, New Zealand, Jamaica, Ireland, Africa, Australia.
Yes.
Thank you all for tuning on in. Audience loves them too.
I do
That's
too.
Great. That's
Absolutely.
fantastic.
Matter of
Thank
fact, if you're watching this live, I want you to know that Smooth and myself, we love and appreciate you. And if you're watching this later on an archive,
Our love is everlasting, Queen.
our love is everlasting. We love and appreciate you on this terrific Thursday, the Now You Know show with Queen Silvy and Smooth Tim. You do have time to be kind and spread the word for someone else to come on in and get some of this super greatness. There's so much for everyone here as we aim to bring the best in live entertainment, talents, topics, and resources from around the world to you. I'm going to give some shout outs, but I want you to know that it is a special showcase at the end of the show by the one and only Smooth Tim, written and narrated by Smooth Tim. It is a fantastic story. It's called what, Smooth?
Skinwalkers.
They dang bet you, and it's hot. It's kind of spooky. Well,
It's
you have
it's
to
an
find out.
exceptional, good bedtime story for your children.
Which George?
So let them stay up late, and they could listen to this, and then crawl into bed with you later because they're
Right
scared
on.
out of their brains.
You know, I seen that Skinwalker.
I seen that Skinwalker thingy.
It's all Smooth Tim's fault. But hey, it's a good one. I know you're a big boy and a big girl. You can handle it, so stay tuned for that. I do want to give some shout-outs, if I may, to some good kings and queens all over the world like you. Kinsley Petiniot, Queen Jenna, Queen Ashley, Follette Clark, and, Kennette Rawls. Shout out to you. To Helen Myers, Peace Myers, Corey and Casey Petiniot, and Joan Mercer. Shout out to you. Queen Asia, Aaliyah Tay, Maya, Camille, and Dejour. Shout out to you. As well as my grandsons, my princes, Amari, Tyrone, and Jonathan Jr. Shout out to you. Jonathan Sr., Lee Allen Sr., shout out to you. As well as Queen Sonia, Kaki, Shanika, Brianna, Alana, and Precious. Shout out to you. Shout out to Kelly and Ryan and the All-American Boys, Matt and Tracy, and the All-American Girls. Shout out to you. To Patricia Wilhelm McGiffin, C. Shorty Franklin, Renita Easley, Gold Rosa, Donna Ferry, and Pam Bailey. Shout out to you. All the way down in Africa, my good friends, Amy Kanima, Hero Boy, Webster Vito, Hostile Flow, and Princess Ariel Lua. Shout out to you. From the Netherlands, Edith Verhoek, Miguel Monteban, Joe Mass, DJ Team Broke 100. Shout out to you and to my good queens over in United Kingdom, Beth Lambert, Nicola Jones, Bethany Jones, and Kay Cross. Shout out to you. To James and Audrey, Queen D. Brown, Sandra and Ben Johnson, Melody Gores, Dob. Shout out to you. Hey. If you would love to be shouted out, if you have someone you would love to be represented and shouted out and get that great sound Smooth just produced, yeah, baby, yeah. Simply send us your contact information to queensylviacomic.com. Go to the website, thequeensylvyshow.com, or wherever you're viewing or listening to this, you can leave it in the comment section, message it, and my good man Smooth will make sure we get that taken care of for you. Again, bringing the best in live entertainment, talents, topics, and resources from around the world to you. So, perfect timing. Let's check out our resource when we get back. Let's start some of this super greatness rolling just for you on the Now You Know Show with Queen Silvy and Smooth Tim. Hi, I'm Queen Silvy of the multiple award-winning The Queen Silvy Show. You want to expand and get noticed? Then come outside your box and into our world. Internet advertising has a real impact on global awareness and even sales, so let's make an impact together. Offering for a limited time advertising and sponsorship packages that excel your purpose. So contact Queen Silvy or Smooth Tim for the exciting opportunities that awaits. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love saying that's one of my words.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I get hip and get ghetto and be like, yeah, 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 yeah. Either way, I am honored and thankful that you are here on this terrific Thursday, the Now You Know show. We're going to get these going with Pamela Anderson, who is doing so much for the African American community because, according to Pamela and statistics, African Americans, older African Americans, are more susceptible to have Alzheimer's than white Americans. So
Quite shocking statistically.
very much. Yeah. Well, she's out on the fight along with collaboration with the Alzheimer's Association, doing some great things, and her Facebook group page, which is phenomenal as an outreach and resource for many. And this, her wonderful segment that I want you to sit back and enjoy. You're Not Alone, Dementia Talk with Pamela.
Hello, and I hope your day is going well. And I thank you for watching. You're not alone. Dementia Talk with Pamela. Now, I am Pamela Anderson, and I'm a former caregiver for my mom, Michele Boyd, who had dementia. Well, it's time for us to join in the walk. That's the fight to end Alzheimer's 2023. Now, the Walk to End Alzheimer's is the world's largest event, and it is held annually. And it's held annually in more than 600 communities nationwide, and it raises awareness and funds for Alzheimer's care, support, and research. Now, this inspiring event calls on every participant of all ages, abilities to join in this fight. Now, there's no fee to register for the walk, but all participants are encouraged to raise critical funds that would allow the Alzheimer's Association to provide their services 24/7. And when you participate in the walk, you do increase the mission for advance of critical care, support, and research, and each dollar counts. Now, there are 3 easy ways that you can participate in the Walk to End Alzheimer's. First, let's get you registered. So go to alz.org/walk and click on register. Now, I'm a team captain, so I'm going to tell you that forming a team is very easy. You just click on Start a Team, and you will automatically become a team captain, name your team, and start to build your team. Now, I'm a team captain for a very determined group of participants that was formed by my family members, family, friends, and coworkers. So meet Team You're Not Alone, Dementia Talk with Pamela. Now, our monthly family fun night is a great opportunity for me to rebuild my team. So this month, we're going to be rebuilding my team, and the game that we chose for our family game night is America Says. You can also donate to support a team member or even an individual walker. You can even start your own fundraiser. You can spread the word. Tips and coaching will be provided for you online. Or you can just come out and join us for the walk to end Alzheimer's. So save the date. This year's walk in Toledo, Ohio will be October 14th, 2023 in Promenade Park in downtown Toledo. So you can add your flowers because flowers help show the world why we walk. Now, next week, we will continue to generate and create awareness about the disease of Alzheimer's and all dementia. So tune in. Now, this is Pamela Anderson, and I am here for you. And I can be reached on my Facebook support group page. You're not alone. Dementia Talk with Pamela. And I want you to remember that you are not alone.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Pamela Anderson, for coming aboard this platform, making a worldwide difference. I advise you, it's coming up with some more surprises. I'm not going to spill the beans. That's her just to do. But look for some more great, fantastic things, Pamela Anderson, and You're Not Alone team. You're Not Alone Dementia Talk with Pamela is doing. Go to Facebook and join or go and just look and check it out and then pass the word around to someone else to her Facebook group page. You're Not Alone Dementia Talk with Pamela. And stay tuned next week because you might get that surprise. I'm not going to tell you what she's going to say. But you'll
a little bit
find
of a
out.
surprise.
Yes. On the Norm, we play LPs Flavor Review, where he goes around the United States checking out fast foods. And he lets us watch him eat it, and he grates it and rates it. You be the one to decide if you want to go check it out. But this week he is handling business and on the road, so let's see what he brings from on the road next week when we join LP.
Hopefully not botulism.
You're so silly. I hope not, too. How about some good, well, we had chicken already, but good Mexican dish sounds good, maybe. But you know what? We thank you all, by the way, for sending in your recommendations for LP to check out. In the meantime, you can check out his YouTube channel, LP Flavor Review. Catch some of those flavor reviews all on a whole nother level.
Yeah, they got a lot of taco places down there in Texas, too, and some good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we ought to
There's
send
taco
him
places
off.
everywhere. You're not going to go a single state and not find
But
a taco,
Texas
a
is loaded
hamburger,
with
a
them,
pizza.
you know. Yeah. You know that, anyhow.
Yeah. Anyways, continuing
On
on
with the show.
because we have Born Blind and Autistic, a superstar indeed, superstar Kayne Petiniot. He is a Christian rapper, man of God, and so many more things. Definitely multi-talented. Honored to have him aboard our platform to share his gift to you. So sit back and enjoy God's word to be heard with Kayne.
Hey, what is up? God bless you guys. This is Superstar Kayne Petiniot here for another edition of God's Word to be Heard. So, I know that normally I have stuff to talk about normally, but today I'd like to hear actually this week from you guys. For those of you who have been following me and have been rocking on with me, I'd like to know, do you guys have any questions about any of the topics that I have talked about? Do you have a certain song, if you've been following my concerts, that you would like me to perform? If so, please hit me up, and I will tell you how you are able to do that at the end of the show. However, today, I would like to talk about love and forgiveness. Do you really need the person who hurt you, who broke your heart, to tell you, I hurt you, I'm sorry, and I feel awful that I did it? It's beautiful to get it, but do you need it? Do you not remember how painful the experience was? Do you need them to remind you of how painful it was and give you the permission? You don't need that. You can't expect the person who broke you into pieces to bring those pieces in and say, I'm going to rebuild you. You can't do that. The one who broke you cannot heal you. You have to heal you. But why would you want to do that? How can you give power back to another person who broke your heart, who broke you into pieces and destroyed you? How can you trust them with that power to rebuild you again? Trust is a very, very important thing. And once it's broken, it cannot be replaced. It takes a very long while to do so. And if you remember, the Bible even says in the book of Matthew, chapter 6, if you cannot forgive them of their trespasses, neither will God forgive you of your trespasses. Forgiveness is not necessarily even saying that I want a fellowship with them. All it really is just letting go of their throat spiritually. Because it robs you of your joy, love, peace, and happiness. And every time you have that spirit of unforgiveness, if you really think about this, so when you cannot forgive someone, Jesus forgave you of your sins, but a lot of us Christians are so quick to criticize others for what they've done when we always forget how badly our sins are. That's the reason for Jesus dying on the cross for each and every single one of our sins. So that is why it's so important that we always forgive others, because Jesus is the one who always forgave us. I love you guys. Thank you so very much for listening. Remember, if you guys have any questions or any ideas of topics that you would like me to discuss, please feel free to hit me up on Facebook, Kayne, Kayne, Petiniot, Petiniot, YouTube under Kayne, Kayne, the Christian rapper, also TikTok and a Messenger. I love you guys. Thank you so very much for listening, and God bless you.
That's the one you recorded. Yeah.
And that was nice. And?
Yeah. Hey, thank you so much, Superstar Kayne Petiniot, for coming aboard the platform, blessing us all with your gift. And if you want that and so much more, including some fantastic concerts, great music from Kayne, go to his YouTube channel, Kayne, the Christian rapper, and subscribe and get your blessings on indeed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to say happy birthday to our next guest, guest segment. She's out doing her thing in Vegas, baby. WandaVision will be absent this week because she is out celebrating her birthday in a city where mum's the word. We're not going to tell you nothing.
What happens in Vegas?
Stays in Vegas, baby. But let's see what she brings next week. Maybe it's something from an experience in Vegas. I don't know. You don't know, do you?
Hopefully it's only a good story that she brings back with her.
Yeah, it's going to be hot. I just can't wait. So get yourself in line. Go on now. Go on. Go on.
Yep.
It's going to be great and fantastic.
Anticipation.
So, yes. So while we wait for WandaVision, let us get our motivation on. Let us get our spiritual enthusiasm from a great queen who is doing so much here on the platform of the Now You Know show. Kennette Rawls is here to bring to you Smooth Love, saying the title of her segment, which is so true indeed.
And you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Living life focused on you.
That's right. It's a great segment, all with you in mind. Come on in and engulf on the inspiration from living life focused on you.
Living life focused on you. Living life focused on you. It is my pleasure to be here tonight to speak to you guys from my heart to yours. Living life focused on you and me. Oh my goodness. Today is March the 9th, 2023, and we're already in our third month of 2023 year. Oh my goodness. It is a blessing to be here tonight. Our focus point for this week is there is hidden blessings in every struggle. Whatever struggle that we may have in our lives, know there is a hidden blessing in each and every struggle. What we may not see is on its way as a blessing. Yes, indeed. I believe that this season of 2023, blessings are coming its way in our turn around season. Hidden blessings in every struggle. If you think about whatever your struggles are, you know that behind those struggles is a blessing. So please don't give up. And each and every segment that I come to you guys with, know that sometimes it may sound repetitive, but everything works together. Every single segment works together. Yes, indeed. So we can benefit each week from maybe something from last week and the weeks before that. But just know that there are blessings coming your way. Blessings are coming your way. We speak it into reality. We speak it over negativity, that there are blessings coming our way. The struggles are struggles for a reason, because there are hidden blessings in each and every one of them. I know and I trust that if I bring it to my atmosphere, the blessings are coming through the struggles, then that's what it will be. But if I dictate that the struggles will keep me bonded down, then I won't succeed. Every single mindset that is in our minds that's telling us that we can't do this, it's going to be brought to reality. If we tell ourselves that we can't do it, then it won't be done. We have to instill in ourselves, and our focus is that whatever struggles are in our lives, that it will not last always, and that hidden blessings is on its way. For example, in my opinion, is if there is something that you are struggling with, whether it's dealing with a loss of a loved one, know that there is a hidden blessing behind that loss. It could be something that, for example, with my father's passing, I can look back at him and I can say, oh, he told me this. He got me prepared for this, because he let me know that one day he was no longer going to be here. And I'm going to let you know there's a blessing in each and every time that him and I spoke. There were things that I can treasure for life. And I would like to bring forth that to you guys tonight, to let you know that in every struggle of anything that you're going through, like I'm going through with my struggles of not having my dad here anymore, to know that blessings are on its way. I just have to be patient. I have to think positive and keep the negativeness out of the atmosphere. I thank you so much, you guys, for listening to me. I can be reached at Facebook, Kennette, Rawls, Rawls, and my Instagram is Miss K2U224. Thank you so much for listening to me. I look forward to next week. Remember, behind every struggle, there's a hidden blessing. Thank you.
Yep,
Blessings are out there. Blessings every day. They're coming for you. And Kennette Rawls, thank you for blessing us with
Like
your
they're like Easter eggs. You open them up, you never know what's going to be inside of something.
Hey, you're right. Tune in next week. I'm looking forward to more from Queen Kennette Rawls and Living Life focused on you. So go on now. Go on. Get your ass in line, too. Like all the other ones for super greatness in store next week. I love getting homework, you know. Homework and your motivation goes hand in hand. I love challenges, so homework with all that goes together. And Michele Boyd brings the homework. You must have, that's right, a blue ink pen and something to write on. I would say a piece of paper, but I don't care if it's a paper bag, an envelope, whatever. Get something to take notes to help better yourself. Pass it along and help motivate and better someone else. You are worth it. This is all about Priority Club You. So check out her segment, Get Your Homework Ready with Empowering Moments with Michi.
Priority Club 1. You.
Hey loves, welcome to Empowering Moments with Michi. I am Michele Boyd, certified life coach, women's empowerment strategist. I'm a mom, I'm a grandma. I'm that go-to person for my family and friends when they're facing challenges. I am a survivor of domestic violence. I hope that you've been journaling. I hope that you've been writing, looking for some goals, writing a vision out for yourself, thinking differently. Dr. Michael Wooden says, "Blessed are the flexible, for they shall not be bent out of shape." Bent out of shape. Have you ever met someone, or it could be you, who's bent out of shape over everything? Because they think in a box, because they have rigid thinking. People who have rigid thinking or in the box thinking have the most difficulties in life because they lack the ability to adapt to change. So think about a time where a situation occurred. You know, life happens. Life will throw you that curveball. How are you going to handle it? Are you going to dodge it? Are you going to hit it out the ballpark? How you handle it determines the outcome. When you get bent out of shape, it increases your stress level. It affects your body in more ways than one. It can give you a headache. You can just have all kind of negative physiological effects on your body. So sometimes we have to try to think outside of the box, not be so rigid, and our stress levels can come down and we can have less difficulties. Yes, it's good to have order. It's always good to have order. But sometimes you have to be flexible. Just think about a situation you had before where things didn't go quite your way, when you got that curveball thrown at you. How did you handle it? And why? And what was the outcome? Were you less stressful? Was it a good outcome? Was it a bad outcome? Sometimes you have to try different things to get different outcomes. So think about not being so rigid. Think about being more flexible. Grant yourself grace, loves. We are our worst critic. Grant yourself grace. Don't be so hard on yourself. Everything doesn't have to go according to order. Order's good, like I said, but everything does not have to go according to order. And that's where we can decrease our stress. We can write out some goals. We can write out different outcomes for a situation. So think about some situations that have occurred and some possible outcomes that you may be able to come up with. Or do you have a current life situation that you're dealing with and you find yourself being inflexible? Take a breath. Think it out. If you have to write it out, write it out. That's what that journal is for. So make sure that you're writing, because everything up here, it overloads us. It overloads. Our brain can only hold so much. I am Michele Boyd. My Instagram handle is Heaven Sent Life Coaching, or you may Google Heaven Sent Life Coaching. Until next time, peace, love, and roll easy.
Yes, indeed.
Peace, love, and roll easy. And while you rolling easy, you know what else to do, right, Smooth? Hey, what?
Get in line.
Get your ass in line for next week and see what else is in store, keeping the homework going, keeping this motivation, enthusiasm.
I've came to the conclusion, be a chameleon and adapt to your environment.
Hey.
You know, so
That's
that
right.
you are able to survive.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't learn to adapt,
Hey, you're a squirrel.
you got stress out big time, aren't
Big
you?
time. For real, for real. Thank you so much, Michele Boyd, for coming aboard this platform, giving my old ass some homework, but motivating and inspiring the world.
There you go.
I love music. I know you guys know that I am one of the championship seat dancers, Smoothest, also across the world here. But I love music, all kind of music. It can be Christian music. I don't care. You've seen them coming in church during the Christian songs, doing the 1-2 step side by side, coming down. But listen, I am a seat dancer. I don't care what kind of music that I hear. What were you doing?
You said I was across the world from you, so I just, hello from across the world, Queen. Hello from the other side of the world. It's, let me look at the clock here. Wow, it's 5 a.m. here. What time might it be there, Queen?
You don't know, do you? You don't know, do you?
7 o'clock at night, I suppose.
You don't
Anyhow,
know.
what are you
Anyways,
kidding
I don't know the time that it is right now, but I know it is
I know what
time,
it's time
to
for,
jam
right?
for this electronic dance music composer, songwriter extraordinaire. Fanthom Frost is the name. He is doing some great things. We are honored to have him aboard his show, especially because his cats are so kind and loaning them their studio. So let's check it out. Studio Catz right here on Now You Know.
Catz. Today we're going to do a interesting performance. It's not going to be on this, but I'm going to do something that is the opposite of electronic dance music. And it is something that I've always wanted to do my entire life and be paid for it. And that is to play piano. So I'm going to give you a performance. So hopefully everybody's doing well. So this is Fanthom Frost. I'm going to meet you on the other side of the studio. All right, welcome back. As you can see, my cat is in the background. He is going to be somewhere constantly in the shot because cats. What can I say? Anyhow, let's get on to it. So this is just a piano sound with a lot of reverb on it. Something that I like to do, it's kind of the alternative to making fast stuff, is to smooth and relaxing piano stuff. So without further ado, let's create. And cat. My buddy. Let's take the reverb down a little bit. Normal. Buddy. Here, how about laying on my lap? No? But the best part about it, if you have an interruption on this and it's recording MIDI, you can go back in there and get something really good that you thought was cool, have it play back as a loop on something else. Now, they say when you're making music, some of the best, some of the best stuff is stuff you don't capture. So my hint is to always record stuff while I'm playing. My cat wants to get up. I have a feeling this is going to be very hard to do. So anyway, we're going to end it at that. So if you've seen the performance, you notice the cat likes to get in there all the time. However, having said that, it's one of those things that I always encourage people to do. Learning an instrument is reward in itself. You can pick up a guitar, you can pick up drums, you can pick up anything. And the important thing I'd like to point out is to always keep the music playing. So anyway, that's going to be our show segment for the day. Y'all take care of yourself, and like I said, keep the music playing.
Yeah. Hey, you're gonna learn some things with
just
studio
saying
cats.
what?
You know, aside from the fact that the cats love music, those
Love
are music
music?
cats. I told you that was their studio.
That's a good idea to pick up a musical instrument and
Spoons,
anything.
chip can, anything you can make music with. Trust me, that's what I started out with.
You know, we're always grabbing something besides, you know, ukuleles, guitars, drums,
Harmonica, you
we
name
got all
it.
kinds of
Yep.
toys around
Yeah,
here.
we're music heads too. But hey, thank you so much, Phantom Frost, for coming aboard this platform. Do look for some more great things you can get in line as well. We don't mind you standing in the yard, around the house, the building, whatever it needs to be. But we are honored to have him aboard the platform, and I look forward to so much more. And you can
Yeah, thanks, Phantom Frost. Yeah.
Phantom Frost or Don Johnson. Did I say that right or wrong?
Don Johnson.
You
Like,
want to be incognito, like I can't really tell you his real name, Phantom Frost. Just look for Phantom Frost and tune in next week for some more greatness in store. I hope you're enjoying yourself on this terrific Thursday, the Now You Know show.
that
with
is a
Queen Silvy.
superhero name, though. Phantom Frost.
That's
'cause-
right.
Right.
One of a kind, baby. One of a coin, right? But listen, I do thank you for tuning in. You do tune in because we have a special showcase at the end of the show. Written, narrated by Smooth, created by Smooth. It is a great... I'm not going to say scary
Written,
because
directed,
some people
created
don't like scary
by-
movies, but it's really intense and... is it real? Skinwalkers is the name of it. Tune in for that.
It's just an old story that was told to me, and I thought I would pass it on to our audience.
Well, you're going to find out really soon. But right now, we're going to get on with our show question of the week. That is something dear, very special and dear to me. Friends from all over the world, the video in their answer opinion to the show question of the week. This week's show question is...
If you found yourself lost in the wilderness and could call anyone to come and help you, well, who would it be, or who would you call, and why?
I think you better call Tyrone. But instead of calling
he's a bum, isn't
Tyrone, you know, ain't nothing much going to happen. But let's find out from Pamela Anderson, Diane Peaky Harmon, and Michele Boyd.
Hello, this is Pam, and I'm here to answer the question of the week for Now You Know. If you found yourself lost in the wilderness and you could call on anyone to help you, who would you call and why? Well, if I was lost in the wilderness, this is a no-brainer for me. If I was lost in the wilderness, I will call upon the Lord. And why? Because he is worthy to be praised. I give the Lord praises because I call on him all the time. He has pulled me out of the fire so many times. And I thank you, Lord. And I will continue calling upon the Lord when I am lost. This is Pam. I thank you for listening to me. And I can be reached on my Facebook support group page. You're not alone. Dementia Talk with Pamela. And yes, if you find yourself lost in the wilderness, Call upon the Lord because he is worthy.
It is Diane Pinky Harmon answering this week's question. If I were lost in the wilderness, who would I call and why? Well, that question is very easy. I would call Queen Silvy. She is the best. If you have any problems or anything, she's always there for you. I recommend everyone to call Queen Silvy, and you will not be lost anymore.
Hey, Queen Silvy. Hey, Smooth Tim. I'm Michelle, everyone. I'm here to answer the question of the week, which is, if I was lost in the wilderness and I could call on anyone, who would it be and why? I would call someone in the military, like a Navy SEAL or someone from reconnaissance, because they have trained for survival skills and they can tell me what to do. I probably would not be in the wilderness, but to answer the question, that's who I would call, a Navy SEAL or someone in reconnaissance. I am Michele Boyd, certified life coach, women's empowerment strategist. My Instagram handle is Heaven Sent Life Coaching ATL, or you may Google Heaven Sent Life Coaching LLC. Until next time, bye.
That is very interesting. Thank you so much, Diane Pinky Hermish, because she said she gonna call Queen Silvy.
Who you gonna call? Queen Silvy.
That's right. I have everybody's back, and I'm glad that she knows this, and I thank you so much. Let's keep it going, shall we? It's getting really good. Let's find out from Queen Khaki, Kennette, Rawls, and Jonathan Easley.
Hi, my name is Khaki, and I'm here to answer the question of the week, which is, if you were lost in the wood, who would you call? I think I'd call Jesus, because he always has your back.
Hello, hello. Hi, Queen Silvy and Smooth Tim. This is Kennette Rawls from Virginia. It is my pleasure to answer your question for the week. Your question is, if you found yourself lost in the wilderness and could call anyone to come help you, who you call and why? Queen Silvy and Smooth Tim, the first person I would call is my youngest son, because he would know exactly how to help me out of the wilderness. He is so energetic and so full of joy, and he knows his animals and he knows how to survive. We sometimes like to watch the program Survival. So I know that he would be the first person I would call. Thank you so much. You guys have a great day and a great week. Thank you.
My name is Jonathan Easley, and I'm answering the Queen Silvy radio show question of the day. It was, if I was trapped or lost in the wilderness and I could call one person to come help me out, who would it be? Without even double thinking, definitely my older brother. He's always had my back, always looked out for me, always made sure that the impossible was possible. And I mean, I got so many on the list I could call, but him definitely would be one that I knew would do me right if he came out there to help me.
I love this. You guys are making me so happy and proud. I love your answers. It's true and authentic. And yeah, I probably call all those people you're saying in one. I didn't say it had to be just one person, but if I, I have a list. Smooth, what about you? Who would you call?
I would call my son, Matthew. My son works for the Forest Service, and I know that between the two of us, wherever, we'd figure it out.
Yep.
We'd find bearings somehow.
That's
and besides,
true.
One time he had told me a story, because they usually nav off of compasses and topographics maps, and they was back marking some trees in Montana. They had packed in about 6-8 miles. Usually these guys will pack in paint to take out trees, so they pack in 6-8 miles with about 60 pounds of paint on their back. But in any regards, they had bared off. They was coming down a different wash off in between the mountain ways and bared off about 2 degrees, and it caused an issue.
Well, I probably call you and Matt also because I already know you're correct. You guys are just all amazing.
If you get your bearings, you're all right. That's the whole key is don't panic.
Well, let's round it off with Queen Sylvia Wilson Elgin, Fanthom Frost, and Kayne Petiniot. Good answer.
Thank you very much. I'd like to have you come after me.
Well, I'd be there anyway. You ain't got to name my name. I'm already there.
You embarrasses me.
Hi. Thanks for tuning in to this week's question of the day. This is Queen Sylvia. If I found myself alone, stranded in the wilderness, who would I call and why? Well, because my parents are gone, I can't call them. I would call my son, one of my sons, to come and get me, because I know that they would do whatever it took to get their mom back to safety. So that is who I would call, and that is why I would call them. Thank you again, Queen Silvy and Smooth Tim, for this opportunity. You can connect with me through Facebook, Sylvia Wilson Elgin, by following me, or Sylvia in the Community, my business page. And if you would be so kind as to, on YouTube, follow and like and subscribe to Extraordinary People. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thanks again, Queen Sylvie and Smooth Tim.
Hey, it's Phantom Frost. Question was, if I could call anyone, if I was lost in the wilderness, who would I call and why? Well, I'm pretty reliant on myself. I always have been. It's a Gen X thing, and then military past that. And I think if I was going to call anyone, it would probably Dobby the house elf from Harry Potter. Because he could probably get us out of there, but it would also be pretty entertaining to do. So that's my answer. It's pretty lame, but I don't know. I guess I could probably find myself out of there, but who knows? Maybe I'll just sit there and build me a house and just stay there. Anyway, y'all take care. Thanks, Quantum. Thanks, Queen, for the question.
Hey, what's up? God bless you guys. This is Superstar Kayne Petiniot here for to answer this week's question. If you were lost in the wilderness and could call anyone to help you, who would you call and why? And that's a great question. For me, I would choose my parents, because my parents is one who has helped me through a lot. My parents are who I trust with my whole life. My parents are my everything. My parents are my whole world. And I know that my parents would work together to help me through wherever I was lost at. My parents have been with me through it all, thick and thin. And I'll tell you right now, if it wasn't for my parents, I'll tell you this right now, I would not be the person I am today. I love you all. Thank you very much for listening.
I love you all, and thank you for being aboard this platform. Follow Superstar Kayne Petiniot and everyone. Pamela Anderson, and You're Not Alone, Dementia Talk with Pam, LP and LP Flavor Review. That was Superstar Kayne and God's Word to Be Heard, Vonda Vision and Happy Black Sheep, Kennette Rawls and Living Life Focused on You, Michele Boyd and Empowering Moments with Michi, Fanthom Frost and Studio Catz and the Catz, because those cats were jamming on there. Everyone who participated this week with the show question of the week: Pamela Anderson, Diane Peaky Herman, Michele Boyd, Khaki, Kennette Rawls, Jonathan Easy, Sylvia Wilson Elgin, Fanthom Frost, and Kayne Petiniot. Thank you all so very much. If you would love to participate in the show question of the week, if you would love to have your own segment sharing your gift, your knowledge, your positivity, talent, whatever it may be, Hit us up at queensylvia@comic.com. Go to the website, thequeensylvyshow.com, or where you're viewing or listening to this, pop me in a message. We'll make sure we get things taken care of and get you aboard this platform. Always bringing the best in live entertainment, talents, topics, and resources from around the world just for you. Before we get into the showcase video, that is a great one indeed. Smooth, tell everyone how we can be followed.
Again, you can follow us by looking at the top of the screen there, and you're going to see www, The Queen Silver Show. But go to YouTube and in the search and type in The Queen Silver Show, and you'll get all our shows. And then while you're there, please subscribe.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, tell us about Skinwalkers.
Skinwalkers.
That's for any age.
Yeah, it's a bedtime story that you can share with your children. It's just an old legend, I guess you'd call it. It's been around forever, and you can believe the story, you can't believe the story. I'm just presenting the story that you can share.
It's a good one. I love horrors, mystery, suspense, comedy, you name it. Well, I didn't say that's what it is. I said what I like. And therefore, I'm going to say some kids may not be able to handle it. Some kids will. It's where your imagination takes you to. Nevertheless, it is great, outstanding.
It always is. The imagination.
So, with that said, check this out. And
until next week, we'll holla. Bye. I never heard the term skinwalkers before I arrived in New Mexico. My company worked on ancient artifacts, and they had put me in charge of a newly acquired excavation site there. Well, I pretty much kept to myself and never really spent much time exploring the local area. Occasionally, I would hear the men that were working with me complain about noises at night, keeping them awake. Well, I didn't care for the scary stories and didn't care about what was outside as long as it didn't interrupt my sleep. At first, it was all fun. The men would talk about paranormal sightings. Never having experienced anything like that kind of made it interesting. It wasn't until one of the crew didn't show up for work one day. Well, that made the rest of us start taking these stories maybe a little more seriously. Another time, one of the men was found hiding in his trailer. The guy that found him told us that he was huddled in the corner, mumbling to himself over and over and over, "It had hooves, no eyes." I felt bad for him. The stress of work was probably what was getting to him, in my opinion, and the other men started to get a little worked up about these strange events. One night I went over to the local bar and I found 3 of the guys talking to the bartender about the possibility of something weird happening back at our camp. Well, the bartender wasn't happy about the guys bringing up folklore that they knew nothing about and occasionally would leave them to serve his other patrons. One of the men started talking about skinwalkers, and the rest listened closely. They had all had a few drinks in them, and they were getting kind of loud. Everyone in the bar started looking at them, annoyed because of how obnoxious they were getting. I began thinking of how stupid the men were looking when I noticed an older man looking closely at the group. He looked angry and he approached them very slowly, not saying a word. One of the men looked at him and asked what he wanted. The old man, again, didn't respond, just stared at them. Well, I stood up, hoping none of these drunks were dumb enough to start a fight with the old man. The old man just stood there, staring intently at them as they continued taunting and harassing him. Eventually, they got bored and turned their backs on him. The subject of skinwalkers again came up. This is when the old man finally spoke up. "Stop talking about things you know nothing about." The men turned around and stood up. Well, I moved closer in hopes that they would notice me and back off of the old man, but the old man stood his ground and told them not to be disrespectful and not to be meddling in things that was way past their understanding. Well, the men got irritated, and right as one of them was about to step in on the old man, I finally butted in. Well, being their supervisor, I told them to leave and return to camp. This left just both me and the old man behind, shaking our heads at one another. I apologized and told him that they were just a bunch of immature kids that couldn't handle their alcohol. He said that the locals didn't like talking about that subject and that talking about that would only bring unwanted attention. Well, not wanting to be rude, I only nodded and told the old man I'd keep an eye on my team. I returned to camp and saw one of the men from the bar passed out in a chair on his front porch, still holding a beer. Well, I was tired. I went straight to bed. It must have been around 3 in the morning when I woke up to the sound of the men outside yelling. I got up and walked out, still half asleep, to find everyone standing around something. I walked up and was immediately overwhelmed by the stench and horrific sight of the man who was once asleep in his chair, now dead, and his throat had been slashed. It appears that he had taken his own life with a piece of broken beer bottle. I walked away sickened in my stomach, and I walked up a small path, feeling sick, and started puking. When I had finished and was about to walk back, I heard something behind me. When I turned around and I looked up the path, I was able to make out that someone was now not too far from me. I thought maybe it was one of the other men who was feeling sick. However, the person up ahead was moving in a very strange way. I called out for the person to identify himself, but there was no response. But he began walking closer, very close, and his body was strangely jerking with every step. He looked like a child learning how to walk. I called out once again for the person to identify himself. Only this time, there was a response. He, or it, spoke my name. The voice sent chills up my spine. The voice was inhuman, yet it tried to sound as human as possible. Its body was twitching and jerking, which is what was really freaking me out. I started to step back, trying to decide what I'm going to do if it speaks again. It did speak again, but it didn't make any sense, and I couldn't understand what he was trying to say. It wasn't until he walked up closer and the moonlight finally hit the face that I realized this is not a human. This thing, this creature, was a shell of what had been Carl the man, whom I'd just seen dead moments ago, now looking more like a goat. Carl's skin appeared stretched out and his face twisted and distorted like a hideous Halloween mask. His legs looked strange, and his feet? Oh, they weren't feet at all. They were now hooves. I ran out of there as fast as I could, only occasionally looking back, hoping it wasn't following me. Everyone was so focused on Carl's dead body, they didn't notice me running frantically into my trailer. I called the local sheriff's office. He was already on his way after the report of Carl's death. I sat in my trailer not knowing what to do, what to think. I decided to wait until the sheriff arrived before going out again. After Carl's death and the other unexplained crew members' disappearance, no one wanted to go back to camp. Believe me, I was one of the first men who was packed up and ready to get out of Dodge. I visited the local bar one last time, hoping to find that old man. Well, I found him there in the same spot, sitting and drinking. But before I even sat down, he said, "I warned you. You can't go around talking about that stuff and expect nothing to happen." I shook my head in acknowledgement. I had to ask him one question. Did he really take his own life, or was it a skinwalker? The old man looked me straight in my eyes, and with a very serious tone, he once again warned me, "Don't ever talk about them. Talk will attract attention." He got up without saying another word. Believe me when I warn you, some legends, some folklores are true.